Dan Larson here, taking a look at some of Hasbro's Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series figures that were shown off at New York Toy Fair 2018 this weekend. Starting with the only figure that really matters, Spider-Ham is real, and I couldn't be more excited. He's been my absolute #1 most wanted figure for a very long time, and I really honestly didn't think it was something that was ever going to happen. I mean, that's not entirely true. It was clear that Marvel was making an effort to make him part of their real mainstream continuity. He's been in the comics and cartoons since the Spider-Verse event back in 2014, and Marvel, Hasbro, Disney, these companies don't do that sort of thing by accident. Once they started releasing characters like Spider-Gwen and Spider-UK, the possibility of a Spider-Ham was suddenly very real. After Spider-Punk was revealed last year, it was practically a foregone conclusion, no longer a question of if, but when. And as for the figure itself, it looks really good. I'm pleased with what I can see. It's clearly based off the cartoon model, which is one of the few designs I would have been happy with. I know it sounds silly, but a lot of artists draw him a bit too much like a pig, with short round ears and a fat belly sticking out of his shirt, and short little arms and overly squat proportions. It's those longer rabbit ears and the longer snout and the arms and legs that kind of look like arms and legs that really make him look like Spider-Ham to me. More articulation would have been nice, and it looks like they aren't painting his web lines, which is a weird choice, but it's not like it's going to stop me from buying it. Maybe I might have to take a stab at painting the web lines on myself just to see how it looks. I don't know if Hasbro is actually like watching our channel or anything, but if they do, thanks guys, you let me cross another grail off my list. I don't know how to pronounce the character's name. It's another Spider-Verse thing that I never thought we'd see. It's written SP//DR/. It's like an Evangelion universe spider thing. It's crazy. It's big. It's a robot. I've never been a huge fan of the design particularly, but it gives me hope that there might be a chance that we could get to the Japanese TV Power Ranger style Spider-Man from way back in the 70s. His giant robot Leopardon, probably be a stretch, but I feel like there's at least one more wave of Spider-Verse characters they need to hit, and Spider-Man could be part of that, although I don't know. Hasbro did just announce that they're picking up the Power Rangers license, so maybe there's something there with the Power Rangers, Hasbro, and Spider-Man. Maybe all those things can come together and get Leopardon done. Sauron looks, the Build-A-Figure looks fantastic. Looking forward to putting that guy together. Between him and the recently released Deathlock figure, I'm feeling like I'm back in the 90s, getting into action figures full time with all the Toy Biz X-Men and Marvel stuff long before Legends were a thing. It's the perfect kind of action figure because you don't even need to know who Sauron is as a character. He's a pterodactyl man, and I mean, that's really all you need to know. Hopefully this figure does well, because it looks big, and we want to make sure that Hasbro knows that it's the kind of character that collectors like as a Build-A-Figure, not Puck or Hitmonkey or Jubilee. It's great to see the Thing to finish off the Fantastic Four. It's unfortunate that he's also going to be a Walgreens exclusive, just like the other members. But I guess it was a matter of, if he exists and he's an exclusive, or he doesn't exist. I'll take exclusive. I have plenty of Walgreenses in my geographic area. I just feel bad for all the collectors who don't and have to deal with that hassle of tracking them down and the marked up prices. Heading into the weekend, Hasbro showed off the first images of their big 10th anniversary Marvel Cinematic Universe line. We saw pictures of Cap and Crossbones and a few others, but Toy Fair gave us a better look at the rest of the line. I'm very happy to see the Ronin figure from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. That seemed like a really big omission at the time, and I know there was no way to know that movie was going to do as well as it did, but still, I mean, the key bad guy of the movie not getting a figure never felt right, even if he didn't survive. Another one to cross off our most wanted lists. Our batting average just keeps getting better there. And just before Toy Fair started, Hasbro showed off some of the Black Series figures from the upcoming Solo movie, including Donald Glover's Lando and a Range Trooper, both of which I can say without hesitation are absolutely must-haves. Donald Glover looks poised to absolutely steal the show as Lando, and this figure is just a thing of beauty. And I was already a Trooper nut, so regardless of what the Range Trooper does or doesn't do in the film, those mech boots, that fur collar, I'm already sold on this guy. I'm totally cool with Star Wars taking risks and pushing designs. Ultimately, I'm just an action figure collector, so I don't always need context. I like that I like a thing, and that's enough justification for me, and that looks like a fun Trooper to have on my shelf. Hasbro is fully embracing the face printing technology, and Woody Harrelson's character from Solo looks great because of it. I pretty much skipped out on all the human-faced characters from Force Awakens and Rogue One because I just couldn't spend any money on those likenesses anymore. They just weren't good enough for the money I was being asked to spend on them. Happy to say that because of this, the face printing, I'm back to at least considering them. Dirty Stormtrooper with a cape. I don't know if there's anything else about it that I need to know or what his role is, but Hasbro surely has a full profile on me at this point and knows that this is something I'm not going to be able to say no to. It's not even a very interesting cape, and I already have Dirty Stormtroopers, but, I'll probably pick it up. Clone Commander Wolffe was one of the designs that helped me come around on painted trooper armor. Having grown up with the original trilogy, it took me a while to adjust to the colors and stripes and different insignias and stuff on the outside of the clone uniforms. But Wolffe was one where, again, the figure collector in me just said, yeah, I don't care about context anymore, how things are supposed to be. That's a really cool looking design, so it's really great to see him as the next unique clone to get a figure. And it's great to see them already doing different things with that unhelmeted clone head. Hoth Leia was going to happen eventually. I'm glad face printing technology was invented before it did. She looks amazing. She looks so good that I'm dreading the very likely re-release of previous Leia figures with newly printed faces. Maybe they won't do that, but the face looks so nice that it's just going to make the others look like they come from a completely different toy line. The Gamorrean Guard was always one of the top vote getters on our most wanted lists. That was going to happen eventually as well. Glad to see it's finally here. A fur skirt and an articulated mouth are more than I was expecting. It's not a character design that I feel like I have to have. Of everything, the Ewoks get a lot of hate. I feel like that's the one that looks the most like a Muppet to me. But I always appreciate it when a character from the original Kenner line gets made. And I know a lot of collectors want this for their Return of the Jedi displays. These things are going to get army built by a lot of people. And lastly, finally, the bounty hunters are done. Zuckuss looks great, pretty much exactly how I would have expected him to look in the through the lens of the Black Series. I'm a little surprised they went with the cloth goods robe. They've done both in the past, cloth and soft rubber, as that sort of separate piece attached to the figure, and they both limit the range of movement. But that's just how it is with a character wearing a robe like that. It probably limited his range of movement on the battlefield as well. Bad choice for a guy that would be chasing down other characters that were trying to run away from him. Lots of good stuff shown off by other companies, too. If you're a Mezco collector, I feel bad for you this year. Heck, even if you're just a Legends or Black Series collector, I feel bad for all of us. The number one reveal that took me by surprise was the quantity of stuff shown off on the first day by everyone. It's going to be a year of trying to decide which pieces are really important. Trying to be a completist is going to be way too expensive. Thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe. Thanks for making Spider-Ham. Thanks for helping make Spider-Ham finally happen for me. Later.